प्रशिशं यस्य देवा यस्य छायामृतं यस्य मृत्युः कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ यः प्राणतो निमिषतो महित्वैक इद्र जाजगतो बभूव य ईशे यस्य द्विपादश्चतुष्पादः कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ यः ये नद्योरुग्र पृथिवी च दृधा येन स्वस्तभीतं येन नाक योऽन्तरिक्षे रजसो विमानः कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम ॐ प्रजापते नत्वदेतान्यो विश्वा जातानि परिता बभूव यत्कामास्तेजोमस्तन्नो अस्तु वायं स्याम पतयोरयीनाम् ॐ स नो बन्धुर्जनिता सविधाता धामानि वेद भुवनानि विश्वा यत्र देवा अमृतमानशानास्त्रितीये धामन्नद्यैरयन्त ॐ अग्नेन यसुपधारायेऽस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहोरानमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विधेम. So during these 8 mantras we were chanting. The first one is prayer to Ishwar God, Vishwani Deva Savitara Doratani Parasava. Praying to Ishwar God that He drives our mind, our intellect towards righteous thoughts, righteous words, and righteous actions, and we'll be able to drive away all the ills and evils in our life and take all that is beneficial to us. Second mantra, Hiranyagarbha, acknowledging Ishwar God as the one and only ruler of this universe. And as one and only ruler of this universe, He is the one and only to be worshipped, to be prayed to. And as the creator, the golden, in the form of the golden womb, as the creator of the universe, we acknowledge Ishwar God in that capacity. And third mantra, Ya Atmada Balada, sustainer of this universe. Ishwar God is the one who grants us physical, mental, spiritual, and social strength to move ahead in life. Then the fourth mantra says, Praja Yah Pranato Nimishato. Pranato Nimishato, Ishwar by granting us the lease of life, which mainly we understand as the breath. Because when breathing stops, then immediately after death occurs. So as the giver of life, and Nimishato, Nimesh is the blinking of the eye. Just imagine the fraction of a second with the blinking of the eye. So if we just imagine the transience of life, the transient nature of life, and understand that, and then recognizing our ultimate goal on Chatushpadaha, working on righteous living, righteous earnings, righteous enjoyment of the righteous earnings, and onwards will move to Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So that's the goal of life and the transient nature of life. जैसे कहते हैं ना, कब किसकी घंटी बज जाएगी ये तो किसी को पता नहीं. But then let's remain confident with a trust on Ishwar God as the sustainer of this universe. And we say, Ye Nadyor Ugra Prithvi, sustainer again of this whole universe, the luminous bodies, then Prithvi, the planet Earth, and will reach moksha by understanding the operations of the universe from the base elements of Sattva Rajtam up to Ishwar God. Understanding all these, understanding the creation process and the process of righteous living, living in harmony with nature, will be in moksha, mukti, just as birds freely move in the sky, will be moving freely across this universe on the energy, on the force of God, Ishwar. Then Prajapate Natvadeta Ninyo, again recognizing Ishwar God as the ruler of this whole universe. The whole universe is the Praja, the kingdom of Ishwar God. Then praying to Ishwar God that we become Vayam Syama Patayo Rahinam, masters of both spiritual and material treasures, just like the two legs of our human body. So if one is not there, we are lame. And without one of them, either the spiritual or the material part of life, we are lame. So we need both of them. Then Sano Bandhur Janita, again we are reiterating our relationships with Ishwar God as Bandhu, the closest sibling, in this life, in the previous lives, and in the lives to come, and even in Mukti and Moksha. Agnenaya Supatharaya Sman, it's again reiterating the first prayer, that we be inspired to drive away all the ills and evils of our life and fill in good and beneficial, benevolent things for our own welfare, the welfare of our relatives and friends, and the welfare of the whole world. And for that, we need the guidance of Vishwadeva, Vavayuna Nivadam. So we need the company of learned and elderly persons as guide in our life. And within those company, the company of elderly and learned persons, we just get the blessings, and if we move on the right track, we are sure to reach the proper destination. Iti Ishvara Stuti Prarthana Upasana. Now we'll proceed with Achaman. Before Achaman, we acknowledge within us the Gupta family from Sandy Springs, Atlanta, Dr. Deen Bandhu Chandora, Pandita Jasodhara ji from Toronto, Kamlesh ji and family from Toronto, and Shruti ji from Toronto. One note, Kamlesh ji and Vijay ji, they are having the wedding of the grandson today, the judicial part, registration part of it. So praying to, let's join them to give the blessings to the couple. The grandson is Vivek Kothari, and the daughter-in-law, Suhani Thakur. So that's their daughter's son wedding today. And for all those who are celebrating special days this week or during the days to come, we wish all of you well. आचमन के लिए सीधे हाथ में जल लेंगे. Let's take some water in the right palm. 3 mantras, so taking water 3 times or sipping, and it's always at the end of the mantra. The first two mantras is praying to Ishwar God that the grace, the blessings of Ishwar God surrounds us, just like the two bed sheets we use, one down and one up when we sleep. And the third mantra says Satyam Yashaha Shrirmayi Shri Shatam Swaha. So treading on the path of truth will earn name and fame and ultimately go to the last objective of human life, mukti. First ashman. Om Amritopaskaranamasi Sva. Second. Om Amritapidhanamasi Svaha. Third. Om Satyam Yasha Shirmahi Shri Shayatam Svaha. Wash your hands. Then take water in the left palm. Using the middle and ring finger of the right hand, we are going to touch various parts of the body, praying to Ishwar God that all the organs we are going to touch always be helpful to us, and that depends on the soul driving the mind and the mind driving all these organs. So it's within our own responsibility to engage all these organs so that we progress on Supat, the righteous path of life. Again, Kriya mantra ke baad, whatever actions have to be done, it's at the end of the mantra. Om Bhangamasyasto, Om Nasormi Pranusto, Om Akshanormi Chakshurasto, Om Karniyormi Shrotramasto, Om Bahurmi Balamasto, Om Urvorma Ojusto, Om Arishtani Vengani Tanustanvame Sasanto. अग्नि आधान के लिए दीपक जलाएंगे. So we're going to light the lamp at the end of the mantra. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. So for those who have the Havan Kund, now you take the camphor in the surva to introduce the fire into the Havan Kund at the end of the mantra. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Dhyoriva Bhumna Prithiviva Varimna Tasyaste Prithivi Deva Yajani Prishthe Agni Mannada Mannadhyayadadhe. Now with the next mantra, we'll be offering 2 free spoonfuls of ghee so that to get the fire blazing on the Samhita. And remember, Samhita is to put as the hashtag, 2 parallel and 2 parallel, just making the H type so that proper ventilation goes there. Agni Samindhan Mantra to get the fire blazing. Om Udbudya Svagne Pratija Grihi Tvamishta Purte Sansrije Thamayancha Asmin Sadhaste Yadyutarasmin Vishve Devaya Jamanascha Sidata. Now, Samidhadan, 4 mantras with free Samidhas, pieces of wood sticks, dipped into ghee, the first Samidha. Om Ayanta Idmatma Jata Vedaste Nidya Swavardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namnadyena Samedhaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Jat Vedase Idam Namama. Second Samhita, we have 2 mantras here. It would be on the second Swaha. 42nd Samhita. Om Samidhagnim Duvasyata Gritervordayata Tithim Asmin Havya Juhotana Swaidamagne Idam Namama. Om Susamidhaya Shocishe Gritam Tivram Jotana Agnaye Jatavedase Swaha. Idam Agnaye Jatavedase Idam Namama. Third Samhita. Om Tantva Samidbhirangiro Gritena Vardhayamasi Priyachochaya Vishtaya Swaha. Idam Agnayangirase Idam Namama. Panchgrit Ahuti, offering of ghee 5 times to get the fire blazing, so that because then we'll be putting samagri. So the fire is blazing, and then when we put the samagri, it diffuses the herbs, the essential oils in the herbs and microparticles into the atmosphere, boosting our immunity and warding off airborne viruses and bacteria. Om Ayan Anlighi. Om Ayantadmatma Jata Vedaste Nidisvardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhirbrahma Varshase Namnadyena Samedhaya Svaha. Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Om Ayantadmatma Jata Vedaste Nidisvardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhirbrahma Varshase Namnadyena Samedhaya Svaha. Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Om Ayantadmatma Jata Vedaste Nidisvardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhirbrahma Varshase Namnadyena Samedhaya Svaha. Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Om Ayantadmatma Jata Vedaste Nidisvardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhirbrahma Varshase Namnadyena Samedhaya Svaha. Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Om Ayantadmatma Jata Vedaste Nidisvardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhirbrahma Varshase Namnadyena Samedhaya Svaha. Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Om Ayantadmatma Jata Vedaste Nidisvardha Swachedda Vardaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhirbrahma Varshase Namnadyena Samedhaya Svaha. Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Jal Seshanam, sprinkling of water around the Havan Kund. So we'll start with the east, Purva Disha. Om Adite Numanyasva. West, Paschim Disha. Om Saraswat. Om Anumate Numanyasva. Then on the north, Uttara Disha. Om Saraswatya Numanyasva. Now sprinkling all around the Havan Kund, starting from the northeast, moving in the clockwise and ending in the northeast. Om Deva Savita Prasuvayadyam Prasuvayadyapatim Bhagaya Divyo Gandharva Ketapu Ketanna Punatu Vachaspatir Vachanna Swadatu. Ahuti of ghee, Agharavadya Bhagahuti mantra The first one would be in the north, second one in the south, and third and fourth would be in the center, pouring ghee in the streamline form from the west to the east, moving towards the direction of light, the light of knowledge, and the physical light of the universe. So now in the north, Om Agnaye Svaha Idam Agnaye Idam Namama. South, Om Somaya Svaha Idam Somaya Idam Namama. Center, Om Prajapataye Svaha Idam Prajapataye Idam Namama. Center, Om Indraya Svaha Idam Indraya Idam Namama. Now ghee and samagri, both of them. Pratah Kalin mantra. Om Suryo Jyotir Jyoti Surya Svaha. Om Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varcha Svaha. Om Jyoti Surya Suryo Jyoti Svaha. Om Sajurdevena Savitra Sajurusha Jushana Suryaveto Swaha. Sayankalin Ahuti, Agnir Jyoti. Morning was Surya Jyoti because morning we have the sun, and evening we have Agnir Jyoti because we use the physical fire, the physical light to get to light of things around us. Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotiragni Swaha. Om Agnir Varcho Jyotir Varcha Swaha. Om Swaha. Om Sajurdevena Savitra Sajuratrendra Rushano Agnirveto Swaha. Now we have the ahutis of Dainik Yajna. Just remember, in these mantras, we are praying Pranaya Swaha, Apanaya Swaha, then Vyanaya Swaha, and Purvasaragni Vayavaditebhya Pranapana Vyanabhya. So we have to synchronize our breath. Pran, apan, inhale, exhale, and dhyan is the breath or the vital life force, sending oxygen throughout our body, sending the nutrients throughout all of the body to keep us in good health. So usually it's a long, deep breath before chanting Om. And if you can complete the whole of the mantras are short here, in one breath, that synchronizes our breath and helps us to make deep inhale of the vapors, essential oils as microparticles in the vapors of the yaj, get them into our lungs to boost our immunity. Ghee and samagri. Om Bhuragnaye Pranaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Pranaya Idam Namama. Om Bhuvarvaive Panaya Swaha. Idam Vaive Panaya Idam Namama. Om Sradityaya Vyanaya Swaha. Idam Adityaya Vyanaya Idam Namama. Om Bhurvasvaragnivaivaditebhya Pranapanavyanabhya Swaha. Idam Agnivaivaditebhya Pranapanavyanabhya Idam Namama. The next series of mantras these mantras are called Atmo-Nayan mantra. It's taking consciousness of the soul within the body and this duty for us to grow both in worldly life as well as spiritual life. And this is where the Atma grows in terms of spirituality, and hence carries that forward, laying the foundations for a better afterlife. Om Apo Jyotirasomritam Brahma Bhurvasvarom Swaha. Om Yam Medham Devagana Pitarashchopasate Tayama Madhyamedhyagni Medhavinam Kuru Swaha. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasva Yad Bhadram Tannasva Sva. Om Agnenaya Supatharaya Sman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmadjohranameno Bhuishtante Namoktim Videma Sva. One Gayatri mantra, and then we'll proceed with some special mantras praying for universal welfare. So now it's ghee and samagri, and then the next 4 mantras after that will be only ghee, and then again we'll take ghee and samagri. So this time both ghee and samagri. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Now only ghee. North, south, and center. Om Agnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Idam Namama. Om Somaya Swaha Idam Somaya Idam Namama. Om Prajapataye Swaha Idam Prajapataye Idam Namama. Om Indraya Swaha Idam Indraya Idam Namama. Now both ghee and samagri. Om Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Vishwatu Dabdhaso Paritaso Udbhida Devano Yatha Sadamid Vridheya Sanna Prayuvo Rakshitaro Dive Dive Swa. Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yantu. Let noble thoughts come to us from all sides. And for noble thoughts to come to us from all sides, we as the center, we should be also sending noble thoughts all around us. Just like dropping a pebble in a bucket of water, it makes the ripples that goes to all the sides. And when those ripples come back, it's just in the same way we send noble thoughts everywhere, and those noble thoughts will come back to us multifold. Om Devanam Bhadra Sumatirrijo Yatam Devanam Ratirabhino Nivartatam Devanam Sakhyamupasedi Vayam Devana Ayu Pratirantu Jivase Swa. It's again reiterating the same prayer, Devanam Bhadra Sumatir Rijuyatam. Whatever thoughts come to us, whatever we hear, that all be noble and bringing us multifold bliss. Now Swasti mantra, Swasti Su Asti, being in the state of happiness. So being in the state of happiness also means staying away from pains and sufferings. Om Swasti na Indro Vridharshava Swasti na Pusha Vishvaveda Swasti na Saksharyo Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu Swa. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shriyama Deva Bhadram Pashyema Kshabhirayadatra स्थिरैरङ्गैष्टोष्टवांस्तनूर्भिर्व्यशेमहि देवहितं यदायो स्वा. So to be receivers of bliss, of happiness. Bhave Jyoti Bhadram Karanebhi. Listen to what is beneficial. Then Shrinuyama Sharadaha Shatam. Shrinuyama Deva Bhadram Pashye Makshavir Yajatra Pashye Makshavir. That is, whatever we see also be beneficial. So for all those to be beneficial, we have to be the center, starting to be beneficial to the whole world. So it's a reciprocal duty which is given here. Om Agnayahi Vitaye Grinano Havyadataye Nihota Satsivarhishe Sva. Realizing the presence of Ishvara God within us, the divine guidance. And when we realize that divine guidance within us and move accordingly in life, then Nihota Satsi Varahishi will be receivers of the bliss of Ishvara God. Om ye trishapta pariyanti vishwarupani bibrata vachaspatir balate shantanvodya dadhatu me sva. This mantra is the first mantra of the Atharva Ved, and it guides us trishapta, know the three basic primordial matter. Satvarajtam, the creation of the universe, all of what we know as the physical sciences, and ultimately realize Ishwar God, as we say, ट्रेन से लेकर के ईश्वर पर्यंत ज्ञान को प्राप्त करें. So with that worldly knowledge and the spiritual knowledge, eventually will be masters of worldly and spiritual bliss. Om Tat Chakshurdeva Hitam Purastat Chukramucharat Pashyema Sharada Shatam Jivema Sharada Shatam Shinuyama Sharada Shatam Prabhavama Sharada Shatam Adinasyama Sharada Shatam Bhuyasya Sharada Shatatsva. Praise for long and healthy life, with all the body organs functioning properly, so that we'll be able to live an independent life for personal attention, personal work. We won't be relying on other parties. Om Susharathiirashvanivayan Manushyane Niyate Yishubhirvadinnaiva Pritpratishtham Yadajiram Davishtham Tanme Mana Shiva Sankalpamastu Sva. As the right charioteer, Susharathi, where the chariot is this body, this physical body, and the charioteer is the soul. So that this chariot can only be driven and brought to destinations as per the order and the path that is embarked on by the charioteer. So it's tell us to be Susha Sarathi, be good charioteers of this chariot, of this physical body, to be able to live a happy life and ultimately attain the bliss of Ishvara God by attaining mukti at the end of this lifetime. Now we'll proceed with Gayatri mantra 3 times, then Mahamrityunjay mantra 3 times, and we'll do Svishtakrita Hoti and proceed with Purna. So join me in one voice, one tone, one pace with the chanting of the next mantras. ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। महामृत्युंजय मंत्र। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मीव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मीव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुक्मीव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा। Swishtakrita ahuti. If you are prasad, it's one ahuti of prasad and ghee, otherwise only ghee. ॐ यदस्य कर्मणोत्यारीरीशं यद्वानोन्मिहाकरम् अग्नेष्टश्रेष्ठकृद्विद्यात् सर्वं स्वेष्टं सुहुतं करोतु मे अग्नये श्रेष्ठकृते सुहुतहुते सर्वप्रायश्चिताहुतीनां कामानां समर्देत्रे सर्वाणः कामान् समर्दय स्वाहा। इदम् अग्नये श्रेष्ठकृते इदं नमः। One ahuti of ghee. Om स्वाहा इदं प्रजापतये इदं नमः। Now ghee and samagri 3 times for Purnamati. Om sarvam vai purnam स्वाहा। Om sarvam vai purnam स्वाहा। Om sarvam vai purnam स्वाहा. Now put everything down. Join the palms together for Mahavamdevyadan. 3 mantras from the Samved. ईश्वर से हम याचना करें कि हे ईश्वर, सभी जो आज इस यज्ञ में जुड़े हुए हैं, as the यजमान परिवार, and to the whole world, ईश्वर आप सभी को सुख, शांति और समृद्धि प्रदान करें. Praying for the grace of Ishwar for sukha, happiness, shanti, peace and samriddhi, prosperity. Om Bhur-bhuvah Swaha. Om Bhur-bhuvah Swaha. Yanushchitra bhuvaduti sada vridha sakha. Shachishthaya vrita. Om Bhur-bhuvah Swaha. Om Bhur-bhuvah Swaha. Tastva satyo madanam manghishto matsadandhasa drida chidarujevasu. Om Bhur-bhuvah Swaha. Om Bhur-bhuvah Swaha. Abhishonah Sakhinam Avita Jaritranam शतं भवस्युतये। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः। Yaj Prarthana. Today, Shruti ji has made a request to chant the Yaj Prarthana. So, Shruti ji, unmute yourself for the Yaj Prarthana, and then Dhananjay ji will take over with the shloks.
कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए, वेद की बोले विचारे, सत्य को धारण करें, हर्ष में हो मग्न सारे, शोक सागर से तरे, अश्वमेधाधिक रचाए, यश पर उपकार को, धर्म मर्यादा चलाकर, लाभ दे संसार को, नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यश आदि हम करते रहें, रोग पीड़ित विश्व के संताप सब हरते रहे, भावना मिट जाए मन से, पाप अत्याचार की, कामनाएं पूर्ण हुए, यश से नर नारी, लाभकारी हो हवन हर, जीवधारी के लिए, वायु जल सर्वत्र हो, शुभ गंध को धारण किए, स्वार्थ भाव मिटे हमारा, प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो, यदन मम का सारथिक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो, हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक वंदना हम कर रहे, नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब कर रहे, परम पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए, छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए, प्रभु मानसिक बल दीजिए।
So, thank you, Shruti ji. Dhananjay ji, continue.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। सबका भला करो भगवान, सब पर कृपा करो भगवान, सब पर दया करो हे महान, सबका सब विधि हो कल्याण, हे ईश सब सुखी हो। धन धान्य के भंडारी, सब भद्र भाव देखें, सन्मार्ग के पथिक हो, दुखिया न कोई होवे, सृष्टि में प्राणधारी, हे नाथ सब सुखी हो। कोई न हो दुखारी। सब हो निरोग भगवन, धन धान्य के भंडारी। त्वमेव माताश्च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव। त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। आचार्य जी म्यूट पे हैं आप।
Yeah, let's go for the blessings. Praying to Ish God for His grace, to all the Yajman, Dhananjay ji and his family as the host, and for all those who's joined us, Dr. Chandora ji, Pandita Jasodhara ji, Alvel ji also is from Toronto, and Shruti ji from Toronto, and Kamlesh and Vijay Ghai ji. And these two, the grandson Vivek ji is getting married to Savani. So that's an auspicious occasion, and praying to Ishwar God that they always be happy in life. And the happiness starts with getting the thoughts aligned to one objective, then getting the words aligned, and then getting the physical actions also. It's harmony between thoughts, words, and physical actions or deeds. And that's for all of us. If you really want to get happiness in life, it starts with, as we say, the root of it is our own thoughts, our own words, and our own physical actions. Because whatever we reap in life is according to our karma. For whatever we do, we'll get an equal and corresponding reaction. For the good things that we spread around us, we'll get the good things back to us. And if we've erred, we've gone on the wrong track, it's always we'll get the penalties for that. So to be blessed with happiness, as I used to say, let's become the appropriate recipient of that grace and not stay as a strainer or a colander in front of Ishwar God or in the lap of Ishwar God, where we are 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. So if we become the appropriate recipient by creating the harmony between our thoughts, our words, and our deeds, then truly we'll be blessed with the grace of Ishwar God. Swasti mantra, let's join our hands, fold our hands together, and feel the divine grace flowing around us and catch that. सभी बोलेंगे ओम सत्या संतो यजमानस्य कामः। ओम पूर्णः संतो यजमानस्य कामः। ओम सफला संतो यजमानस्य कामः। It says, may the wishes of all the Yajman be truthful, the truthful wishes of the Yajman be fulfilled, and the truthful wishes of the Yajaman be fulfilled with 100% success. Om Swasti na Indro Vridhashrava Swasti na Pusha Vishraveda Swasti nastaksharyo Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatirdadatu Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shnuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiriyajatra स्थिरैरङ्गैष्टुष्टवांस्तनूर्भिर्विषेमहि देवहितं यदायु भगवान इस परिवार को सुख का सदा वरदान दो ज्ञान की गंगा बहाकर शुद्ध वैदिक ज्ञान दो निरोग होकर सब जिए शतवर्ष आयुष्मान हो धन धान्य से पूरित सदा यश युक्त कीर्तिमान हो पुत्र पौत्रादिक सभी बलवान हो श्रीमान हो विद्वान हो मतिमान हो धर्मात्मा धीमान हो ओम स्वस्ति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति. So now time for bhajan. Volunteers for the bhajan, please. Kamlesh ji कुछ गाएंगे? Okay. So I'll take one small bhajan.
आज आचार्य जी मेरी आवाज जरा बिल्कुल ठीक
ना कोई बात नहीं.
अच्छा पंडिता जी आप सुनाइए. मैं
Okay, by the time she gets her book for the bhajan, I'll take one small one. पंडिता जी तब तक आप अपने पुस्तक ले लीजिए to give us one bhajan. सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को अविरोध रहें रिजो पंथ गाएं अविरोध रहें रिजो पंथ गाएं परिवार कहें वसुधा भर को परिवार कहें वसुधा भर को सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को ध्रुव धर्म धरें पर दुख हरें ध्रुव धर्म धरें पर दुख हरें तन त्याग तरें भव सागर को तन त्याग तरें भव सागर को सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को दिन फेर पितावर दे सविता दिन फेर पितावर दे सविता हम आर्य करें जगती भर को हम आर्य करें जगती भर को सब वेद पढ़ें सुविचार बढ़ें बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को बल पाय चढ़ें नित्य ऊपर को. पंडिता जी Just unmute yourself first.
Thank you, Acharya ji. गला ठीक नहीं।
कोई बात नहीं।
ओम तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का, ओम प्यारा तू ही है रक्षक हमारा। तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का, ओम प्यारा तू ही है रक्षक हमारा। चांद सूरज सितारे बनाए, पृथ्वी आकाश पर्वत सजाए। अंत पाया नहीं तेरा पाया नहीं पारवारा। तू ही है रक्षक हमारा। पक्षी गणराग सुंदर है गाते, जीव जंतु भी सिर है झुकाते। उसको ही सुख मिला तेरा राह पर चला जो प्यारा। तू ही है रक्षक हमारा। पाप पाखंड हमसे छुड़ाओ, वेद मार्ग पे हमको चलाओ। लगे भक्ति में मन करे संध्या हवन जगत सारा। तू ही है रक्षक हमारा। तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का, ओम प्यारा तू ही है रक्षक हमारा। तू ही है रक्षक हमारा। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Pandita ji, for this beautiful bhajan. धनंजय जी कुछ सूचना देना है?
Thank you everyone for joining today. We welcome you all on the behalf of Hindu Center of Atlanta. Yesterday, we remembered the fallen heroes of 9/11, 19 years back. We had a program here in Atlanta where lot of people turned up and the small gathering there, remembering the attack on country. We also have a regular kids program. Please join us tomorrow for program.
You know, the truth again. Give up sometime and
You sing good.
sometime.
You think alright. That's good.
We started our weekly services here at a place at Hindu Center. Earlier we were doing remotely from our home. Acharya is taking all the pain to join us and having us this beautiful sermon and yakib. Acharya will continue. Thank you, Acharya.
Okay. My voice reaches all of you clear? So that's good. Let's sit down straight, close the eyes gently, be in the relaxed state, and Feel the presence of the divinity within us, the divine inner voice always within us, guiding us to the righteous. As the generator of this universe, creator of this whole universe, and fitting in there whatever needs is needed for the sustenance of this universe and sustaining life in this universe. And then ultimately, as the dissolver of the universe and everything comes at the end of the lifetime, so it dissolves, and this universe also at the end of the lifetime will be dissolved into primordial matter. Recognizing the divinity within us, the divine guide, the inner voice, always leading us to the path of dharma, righteous living. We'll chant 3 times the name of the omniscient, omnipresent, all just and all merciful Ishvara. Deep inhale, and while exhaling, we're going to do Om chant. Join the palms together, rub them, cover the eyes and open the eyes slowly below the palms and transfer the energy to the facial muscles. Keeping a gentle smile throughout just to keep the body relaxed, because the first point of tension in our body is the facial muscles and the muscles around the neck and the shoulders. Namaste everybody again and welcome. By the grace of Ishwar God, ईश्वर की महती कृपा से आज का यज्ञ संपन्न हुआ. So our thanks to Ishwar God for having given us this new lease of life today, the opportunity to join this yajna, the opportunity at least to delve into spiritual matters, for the creation, the whole world that He has given to us, and with all the amenities to sustain life, for the knowledge of the Vedas and the physical sciences in the universe. Thanks to Ishwar God. Thanks to the rishis who've unfolded the knowledge of the Vedas. Thanks to our parents and the elderly amongst us, who's given us the drive to be ethical, to be dharmic in life. And thanks to all those who directly or indirectly have contributed in today's yajna. Yesterday was 9/11, the whole of US and the world join in to remember the 9/11 events of year 2001, 19 years back. It's all done, unfortunately, in the name of religion. Religion comes from the Latin word religare, which means to join, to unite. Just as the word yuj, from which the word yoga is derived, the core word is yuj, it also means to join and to unite. Unfortunately, in the name of Ishvara God, people have had recourse to fighting, to terrorism, and to all these blunders. Instead of looking for the unifying factors in terms of human values, and the universal human values are derived or contained in the Vedic Dharma. Dharma itself is a word which goes beyond the definition of religion. It means the righteous way of life. It's the code of conduct for ethical living. And if we look across all religions in this world, they will say they are all peaceful. Ahimsa. So what's the reason? We had the event of 9/11. Unfortunately, thousands of people lost their lives. Thousands were maimed or were affected for life for the rest of their lives. And so many still suffering from the loss of a near and dear one. So we just have to remember Dharma, Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, from Yama, Niyam. Sauch, Santosh, Tapa, Swadhyay, Ishwaratva Nidhana. So the first is Ahimsa, non-violence. And Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, the founder of the Arya Samaj, says the source of compliance to Ahimsa starts with Manasa, then Vacha, then Karmana. So for whatever is done, it starts with a thought. That thought process goes deeper, translates into words, and words going deeper comes to physical actions. Even for the worst of situation where people say I've reacted on the spur of the event, if that could be played back at reduced speed, we would have noted the origin is always a thought. But then Ahimsa is not a blind cover or a blanket cover to sustain or to endure the atrocities committed by others. Because that knowledge of the Vedas itself tells us Dharma Rakshita Rakshati. So for the one who wants to stand for Dharma, he should be able to defend also his own position. Otherwise, we won't remain there to stand for Dharma. It should be understood Ahimsa is not a blanket or blind cover. We shouldn't be Dhritarashtra or Gandhari in terms of Ahimsa. And when Maharishi Dayananda takes the definition of Dharma from Manusmriti in the Sanskara Vidhi, Dhriti Kshama Damosteyam Shaucham Indriya Nigraha Dhi Vidya Satyam Krodho Darshakam Dharma Lakshanam. Dhriti, patience. Kshama, forgiveness, compassion. Dhamma, fortitude, equanimity, level-headedness. Asteyam, non-stealing. Shaucham, purity of mind, body, and spirit. Indriya Nigraha, control of the senses. Dhi, wisdom, intellect. Vidya, true knowledge. Satya, truthful, Akrodha, non-anger. And Maharishi Dayanand says all these 10 components of Dharma are there to consolidate ahimsa. And within that same context, the Grihast Ashram Prakaranam, where Maharishi Dayanand is taking that definition, he also quotes from Manusmriti. He says, whenever in society atrocity is being committed and everybody keeps mum, वहाँ समझो समाज के सभी सभासद मर गए. The words are really strong. It says whenever there's trespass to the rights of common welfare, there's trespass on any of the edicts of dharma, and if we keep quiet, we don't stand against that, we should take it that all the members of that community are dead. Words are really strong. So when we stand in society, we should be able to make the balance, because freedom also is not, as we say, 100% blinded to do whatever we want. These 10 principles of the Arya Samaj, especially the 9th and 10th principle, gives us the definition of where our rights end, and it says प्रत्येक को अपनी उन्नति ही में संतुष्ट न रहना चाहिए, किंतु सबकी उन्नति में अपनी उन्नति समझनी चाहिए. So when calculating about our own welfare, what happens is that the community welfare will bring us multifold welfare in our own personal life. Because if we look for our own welfare and trespass on the rights of others, then the day will come when karma is in operation, we get the equal and corresponding reaction, then we'll feel sad, we'll be burdened by pains and sorrows, and then we'll regret. Then says सब मनुष्यों को सामाजिक सर्वहितकारी नियम पालने में परतंत्र रहना चाहिए और प्रत्येक हितकारी नियम में सब स्वतंत्र रहें. We are free. The boundaries is there. Boundaries are there. It says when the community welfare crosses other road, community welfare takes priority. It's just like for each and every member of the family. Each one is independent to think about his own welfare, but his welfare resides within the welfare of the whole family. So when the welfare of one individual within the family crosses the road with the welfare of the family, he has to cede the priority to the welfare of all of the members of the family. It's the same thing for the community, for the village, for the city, for the town, for the country, and for the whole world at large. So if we understand the principle of where ahimsa, the concept of non-violence, is not to kill, not to cause undue pains and sufferings, but also it means we have to stand for our rights. The concept of freedom is the same. When it crosses the road, our freedom stop, as we say in the maxim, our freedom stops where the freedom of the other person starts. And that, as we say, yatha pinde tatha brahmande, whatever applies at the small level within the family. If I say this is the micro unit of society, each and every family, the same principle applies to society. It's unfortunate we lose people, we lose near and dear ones in war, in terrorism attacks throughout the whole world daily. If we look at the Shanti part, when we say Brahma Shanti, Sarvam Shanti, Shanti Reva, Shanti Sama, Shanti Redhi. We are praying for peace from every quarters of this world, praying that the peace be peaceful to us. And for peace be peaceful to us, we shouldn't be fighting for peace. Unfortunately, the world is skewed. It's a reverse world in which we are living. But then each and every effort, each and every individual effort counts in the process to attain the peace. It's all, as we say, when the baby is growing and starts walking, all the baby steps count. And here also, to maintain the principle of universal peace, as in the Shanti part, or to maintain the principle of ahimsa as in dharma, or to maintain the principle of freedom as in the principles of Arya Samaj. All, every single step, all the baby steps count in the construct of a peaceful world, of a peaceful individual, peaceful family circle, peaceful community circle, peaceful city, peaceful country, and peaceful world, peaceful universe. As I said while chanting the mantras, Alo Bhadra Kratavo Yantu, it's just like dropping a pebble in a bucket filled with water. The ripples go outside and come back to the center. So everything starts from us and will come back to us multifold. If we understand these concepts, the concept of righteous living, righteous earnings, righteous enjoyment of those earnings, then we can say we are truly an Arya. An Arya by not having the name written in the books of the Arya Samaj, but an Arya by thoughts, by words, and by physical actions. We'll be noble not by blood or by our attachment or belonging or membership to an organization, no. We'll be noble within ourselves and spread those noble vibrations all around us, only to get them back to us multifold. That's the laws of the universe. हम इस पे कितना मनन चिंतन करेंगे, however much we contemplate on it, the deeper we go in it, we give ourselves time to indulge in or to engage in contemplating on the subject of dharma. Then we'll realize the importance, as we say, the law of karma, everything that goes comes around. So let's be inspired by the Vedic teachings, the Vedic Hindu philosophy of life, and move away from pains and sufferings towards happiness. I'll end with Gayatri Mantra chanting. We'll do 3 rounds. The first round will be 2 times vocal. The second round, I'll still be guiding, but 2 times for you will be only lips movement, upanshu. And the third round would be silent chanting. And within each and every round, listen to your own pronunciation, articulation of the words, movements of the lips. And when it's silent, listen to the sounds of silence. Feel the inner peace sprouting within you, and that's the beauty, the marvel of the Gayatri Mantra. You can start reaping the fruit now itself just by connecting to your own pronunciation to the vibrations of the mantra chanting. First round, vocal. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. Next round, I'll be guiding. Your chanting will be only lips movement, still following the chanting. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. Next round, silent chanting. We still follow your chanting and the sounds of silence, feeling the inner peace developing within each and every one. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. Thank you for your attention. Join the palms together, rub them, cover the eyes, open the eyes gently below the palms so that external light will strike our eyes immediately. Thank you, everybody. Namaste. Thank you for your attention. So we'll move towards Shanti part. Before Shanti part, a word of thanks. Yeah.
Vandanaji will do the Aarti.
Yeah. Before that, a word of thanks to all those present. Dr. Deenbandhu Chandora, the mentor and founder of Greater Atlanta Vedic Temple and the Hindu Center of Atlanta. Dhananjay ji and the family for the host of today. Pandita ji, who is regularly with us with her micro oven. Kamlesh ji and Vijay ji also. Almel ji, who is on and off with us, but regularly trying to join us. She's very dedicated to Arya Samaj and the Facebook posts. She's actually currently putting the question and answers from Vedic Quest, one book of Srimadan Vaheja. Simple question and answers, which is a good initiative. Shruti ji came forward today with the chanting of the Yajna Prarthana, and Vandana ji regularly with the Aarti Bhajan. So Vandana ji, please proceed.
Om Jai Jagdish Hare Swami Jai Jagdish Hare भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। माता पिता मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी। तुम बिन और न दूजा, आस करूं मैं जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता। मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम हो एक अगोचर, सबके प्राणपति। किसी विध मिलूं दया में, दो मुझको सुमति। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। दीन बंधु दुख हरता, तुम रक्षक मेरे। करुणा हस्त बढ़ाओ, शरण पड़ा मैं तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
Now, moving onwards to Shanti part in the yogic meditative mode, linking each word with the Shanti and feeling the duty to be peaceful to each and every of these elements of the universe, which in turn will return to us peace and peace for all. Om Dhyau Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apah Shanti Oshadhayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shanti Vishvedeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantiredhi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. It says, may the luminous bodies be peaceful to us. Then may the space be peaceful, the earth be peaceful, the waters be peaceful, the annual plants, seasonal plants be peaceful to us, the whole vegetation be peaceful, Ishar God and the whole of the creation be peaceful to us. May peace also be peaceful to us, and may we retain that peace. And Om Shanti, 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 it says, may we be free from, or may we enjoy cosmic physical peace, cosmic peace, and spiritual peace. May we be free from the three types of pains and sufferings. The Adidev, Adhyatmic, for which we are ourselves responsible. Adibhotik, which is caused to us by other living organisms, or living things. And Adidevic, the natural calamities that exist in this universe. जय घोष जो बोले सो भय वैदिक धर्म की जय जगत गुरु महर्षि दयानंद महाराज की जय गुरुवर स्वामी विरजानंद जी की जय योगेश्वर श्री कृष्ण महाराज जी की जय मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम श्री रामचंद्र जी की जय वेद की ज्योति जलती रहे वेद की ज्योति जलती रहे आर्य समाज अमर रहे आर्य समाज अमर रहे ओम का झंडा ऊंचा रहे वैदिक ध्वनि ओम वैदिक अभिवादन सभी को सादर नमस्ते namaste everybody, thank you. So we can keep it open for a few minutes if anybody has to exchange any views. So you can unmute yourself and then we can just end the meeting.